Okay, just made it to the site that we'd been wanting to look at for several years, and just decided to take the drive over this way today. Good morning, all. It's Christmas Eve morning, and thought this would be a good time to get this video put together. We recorded the main part of the video last Sunday, and since then I've been doing a little bit more of a deeper dive into the Paiute people, and specifically the Ash Creek people that lived in this area. So when the Dominguez Escalante expedition came through this area in 1776, they passed through and noted that the Ash Creek people had a well-developed system of irrigation and farming. And then later, John Wesley Powell and his traveling partner, G.W. Ingalls, I believe was his photographer, came through in 1873 and reported on the Ash Creek people, and specifically their name that they had, Paspi'kaivats, was the name of their local group, part of the Cedar band of Paiutes. And they gave a count of 14 men, 14 women, and 12 children living here at Ash Creek area. And which was pretty common for the Paiute lifestyle. They lived in bands of 3 to 5 families. A couple of other things I didn't know about the Paiute people was that they're, like, for instance, the Cedar band of Paiutes, now that has only a couple of hundred acres near Cedar City, used to expand from the pass between Beaver and Cedar City area all the way out to the Enterprise, almost to the Utah border, and down here to include Tokerville, Hurricane, and Leeds and Harrisburg areas. So.
All right, folks, time for a little academics. The House Concurrent Resolution 108 of August 1953 removed the rights of many Native Americans by terminating their tribal status. The reasoning that's given is more for assimilation into modern society rather than the importance of the land that they took from the tribes. There were very specific tribes that they wanted removed from federal status. And as a consequence, the Paiute tribe fell among the group in 1954. In 1956, they added in the Indian Relocation Act, where they tried to bring people from tribal lands to urban areas to train them in modern ways. Most of that failed, and over 50% of them returned within 5 years. So when the Paiute tribe was finally restored to its federally recognized status in April of 1980, the federal government identified 5 bands of the Paiute tribe. And they were the Cedar, the Indian Peaks, Kanash, Kusharam, and Shivwits. Shivwits by far is the largest of them, but all told, they restored 34,000 acres, which is about 53 square miles. So if you go 10 miles out to the west and 5 miles north and make that rectangle, that's about how much that is. But to give you a better idea, that's about 80% the size of Washington, D.C., the United States capital. It's about half the size of Salt Lake City, Utah, and Edinburgh in Scotland. It's about 20% the size of Manila, Philippines, San Diego, California, Dallas, Texas, or New York City. And just to give you a real good idea, it's about 10% the size of London and Los Angeles. And remember that this parcel of 34 acres was not just one piece. It was broken up between the 5 bands.
So anyways, let's get to the video. Oh, one more thing before we go on. I used a program called DStretch that is a decorrelation stretcher. So it takes the image and separates out the different colors into different channels, and then pushes the color enhancement, or stretches the colors to bring out different colors that you see. And normally it's used for pictographs, but I found it really useful for the basalt, and the way the light reflected helped bring out some of the patterns and bits of the rock that you wouldn't normally see. So anyways, I've also included the enhancement that I used. I'm using the iPhone version of the DStretch. If you're out there taking petroglyph pictures, pictograph pictures, it's very handy to have. I use it when hiking quite a bit. If I run into a panel and I don't know if there's something there, I'll photograph it in the DStretch app and just kind of change through the different enhancements, and a lot of times something will pop out that wasn't necessarily visible to the naked eye. So if you're interested in that program, definitely worth getting. There's a cool spiral concentric circle thing here, but it seems to have
an add-on.
Something else added on up the what top end is. It's in the camera. Some other stuff up here. There seems to be glyphs running diagonally, kind of in the scratches. Oh, and if you can see that kind of a star circle spider web looking thing, it's really cool. We got this oval here.
Lichen really helps to see it.
Ovals.
You got another one.
Another, like a sunburst thing here. We got another one, if I can zoom in there. So that's a glyph carved around a natural depression in the rock. See that quite a bit up at Peter's Leap area.
That makes sense. Look at this one.
And something with the some vertical bars there next to it. All right, so let's move around to this other side here. I'll try to step through the weeds, and that's pretty amazing. There's some lines that go from the west side around here to the east side as well. And some more glyphs. Let me see if I can focus on that line that comes around. Okay. So we got this line that starts here by that circle and comes around here to this other side. And continues on here. It seems to continue a ways on this side as well. And down here further on this side of the rock, got some glyphs here that are kind of interesting. And this one here at the top that's very cool, very different. I heard a whoa over there, just about to get there. Okay, so there's some up here on this rock as well. And I'll see if I can make my way up there. All right, we're up at that larger rock. And really kind of cool. We got some concentric circles, like a snake type glyph below them. Ladder, some more circles. An anthropomorph over there. Big zoomorph. Several of them. I'm gonna have to get up and take another step higher. All right, there we go. Amazing. And there appears to be a snake type glyph above that as well. So we can get down here to these. There's a snake that I was mentioning just a bit ago. One circle. 2 circles. And somebody's initials, which is a shame. Got this other concentric circle spiral thing that comes out of this main circle. And that main circle does appear to have a connector between the two right in there as well. That's interesting. Okay, now I got the recording square. This is pretty amazing. And I was doing so well at not swearing in that last clip, and to find out I was just in picture taking mode. So I will try not to swear again. But what is so amazing about this rock is how many concentric circles there are on this rock. Last time I counted, it appeared to be about 27 sets of concentric circles. It's 27 groups of circles. So that's pretty amazing. Oh, let's see. Get in closer for some of these details you can't get from far away. Like this glyph here with the circles. You got some interesting glyphs up here at the top with tick marks to go up to the edge and possibly over. I'll have to get closer and see. Up here and over here with this line of with tick marks on it that goes up to the top and could possibly go over. Some person that thinks they're as important as some of these petroglyphs. The ladder. There's some more lines here. More concentric circles. Really old stuff. A lot of lichen that's grown into the pits. It's kind of amazing. We've got another concentric circle down here. And see if I can get this. That one's really cool. Got some glyphs here and here, and does appear to be some concentric circles up here at the top as well. It's got lichen growing in them. Just take another quick look at this rock, and this has definitely been rubbed here quite a bit. Like this panel was used for grinding corn or some other sort of grain. It's definitely been rubbed here a bit. So kind of a matare type mark.
Well, when you're working with basalt.
Yeah. And just looking at this one again, is there something right here? Almost looks like an anthropomorph, but sometimes your brain just gets the better of you. Before we leave this spot, I was just gonna see if I can get some of these fainter concentric circles just to record them. One here, something right in there with a line that goes through multiple circles. These faint circles here. It's a really cool group. And you can see how much lichen has grown into this one. You know what? There does appear to be something on the top of that. I can't tell what it is, but maybe I can see it after I bring the camera down closer. And this one that has the lines that go up and over the top, we have to investigate that further. See if we can see where the lines go. Okay, so this rock appears to have some pretty old glyphs on it as well. Not a lot. We got this one right there. Interesting.